colonialism, that did a real number, man. You understand? Look at them so-called Latinos. They're, oh my goodness, they're flooded. Their mind is flooded with white supremacy. You understand? Look at the Telemundo. That's all that promotes. You don't even see a dark-skinned person or a person of color really on Telemundo. Okay? And that's all by design. That's all psychological. All right? So when they're growing up, they're seeing those images. They're not seeing images that look like themselves. They're seeing images that look like their enemy, their oppressor. You understand? You understand? So psychologically, they start to think that that person is better. Okay? Believe me, man. I dated a woman from Latin America, man. All right? I know how they think over there, man. If they have they don't want their daughter, their grandson or their granddaughter date nobody of darker skin because they want to purify what they call purifying the race, which that's just madness. You understand? But that's what they've been taught psychologically. You see what I'm saying? They weren't taught Deuteronomy 7:6. You understand? So they have a backwards way of thinking. Let's get Deuteronomy 28. This is Deuteronomy 28. We'll start at verse I'll start at verse 53. And it reads, "And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee in the siege," which that happened in 70 AD, but guess what? It's going to happen again. All right? "And in the straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of the children of his children which he shall eat." All right, so that was part of the curses that the Most High put upon Israel. You see, that we shall be evil. Our eyes should be evil towards our brother. You see, and if your eyes is evil towards your brother, your eyes are really evil towards yourself. You see, because that's really an image of yourself. Okay, so all that self-hate that was taught to you Israelites, that's what has to be cleaned up. You see, and once we clean that up, that's when you Israelites can really be at your full potential. Okay. Because it's being under Esau Edom has really done a number to you, man. It's really messed you up psychologically. Okay? That's why you have people in Jamaica and these different islands bleaching their skin, man. They're actually putting chemical bleach on their fucking skin, man. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's a madness. You understand? To the point where they can't come out in the sun. So basically, you're trying to give yourself a defect that your enemy has. You understand? Because what Esau, what these so-called white people have is really a defect. All right? They can't go out in the sun. They can't tan, right? Because they burn in the sun. That's a defect, man. That's not a blessing. You understand? The reason they go to the tanning salon, the bronzage and shit, is because they know something is missing. You understand? They look at these other nations and they see that every other nation has brown skin. You understand? So their solution is to go there. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to take away your own pigment, something that's normal for you to have, and you're giving yourself a curse to look like your enemy, man. That's a sickness, man. That's somebody with a mental disorder. Okay, that's someone who's been destroyed mentally, and that's what happened to you, Jakes, man. You Jakes have been downtrodden by the enemy to the point where you think that everything that the enemy has, everything that the enemy does, is beneficial to be like. It's beneficial to be like the enemy. All right, when it's not, man. There's nothing beneficial about it. Okay. Shoot, I want to get Numbers. I also want to get Psalms 83, I believe. That just came to me. Psalms 83, is it? Psalms 72, maybe. No, Psalms 73. Right. This is it. This is Psalm 73. I'll start at verse 1. "Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had almost nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Right? Because really, Jake is envious at the foolish, man. They're envious at the wicked. You see? Because they see their prosperity, they see what they've done around the world. Okay? How they destroyed and took over. You see? So they're envious at the wicked. You're not supposed to be envious at the wicked. You see? And it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble like as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And that's clear, man. Just look at the justice system, man. Esau gets away with murder in the justice system, man. Esau could rape drug a woman and rape her and get probation, man. Right? But you Jakes, if you do 2 armed robberies, man, they'll give you 48 years, man. You understand? Literally, these are real numbers I'm throwing out. You see? So this is what Esau does. Okay? This is how Esau's living, and that's why Jake is feeling. This is why Jake feels the way they feel. Okay? And it says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Because they're not facing that hell, they're not getting that their justice is not the same for them as it is for us. You see what I'm saying? So the pride compasses them, arrogance, pomp compasses them. You see? Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. And you go to these certain Edomite neighborhoods, man, they're living good, man, right? You go to these certain real Edomite neighborhoods, right? They're really living good up here, all right? Far more than Jakes could really imagine, you see? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. What's an example of speaking wickedly concerning oppression? If you speak about slavery, they'll tell you to get over it, man. All right, oh, come on, we got to move forward. That's speaking wickedly concerning oppression. All right, speaking loftily, you see, which means proudly. Okay? But when it comes to him, he wants justice right away. Right? His slogan for the 9/11 is what? Is never forget. You see, because he's never going to forget that. All 17, almost 2 decades passed, right? Almost 20 years passed, and they haven't forgotten 9/11. You understand? But you Jakes, you have to forget slavery. You have to forget the fact that he nearly exterminated the Taino Indians, man. All right, nearly exterminated Native Americans as a whole. You should forget that. But he can't forget 2,000 people died. So this man is the devil, man. All right, this man is the actual devil. You see? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right, which means their philosophy walks through the earth. Right? Their philosophies have reached the Middle East, man. They got McDonald's up here, man. They got homosexuality. They're trying to promote that. They're trying to promote women turning into whores like they are up here, man. Okay? That's why there's a video where I did a video on it. In Syria, the women were protesting, right? By twerking in the streets, man, with hijabs on. Okay? That's what they were doing, twerking in the damn street. You see? So that's Esau's philosophies, his ways, all right, being pushed throughout the world, man. Okay? Because that's not our culture. That was put upon place because Esau's in rule, man. Esau allows these women to do that shit. That's not part of our. We never allowed that, man. Going back to before the 1600s, before the 1500s, we weren't accepting that shit. See? It says, therefore his people return hither. Oh, Salaki. So that's about it for that, man. All right. So that's why Jake is looking at Esau like Esau's on some high level, man. Right? Because of what he has, because of how he prospers, because of how he doesn't have to face judgment in this kingdom. You understand? But he's gonna face judgment, not from his own judicial system, right? But from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, our power. All right, our power is coming back to deliver us, man. You see? And he's gonna bring judgment on our enemies, man. You see? And the so-called white man is going to be the main catalyst of that destruction. And his women and his children, man. Okay? There's going to be a big payback that's going to happen. You see? Let's get Numbers 1 what was that? Numbers 12. Okay, I was going to go into Miriam and the fact of how she had that curse on her, man. All right? But you jakes now you jakes are willingly putting that curse upon your own selves, man. You see? You jakes are actually bleaching your own damn skin. You see? Because you have self-hate. You see? Because you hate yourself. That's what it breaks down to, man. All right? You jakes have been taught self-hate, man, since you were a kid. Your grandmother been teaching you that shit. Why? Because they're coming from slavery. They're coming from colonialism. You understand? Brutalism. You understand? Being brutalized by these devils. And they force that shit down your throat. You understand? And there was even that experiment that they did on, what was that, CBS, was it? One of those news stations, they did an experiment. And they put two dolls in front of the children, right? And one doll was a so-called black doll, a melanated doll. The other doll was a so-called white doll, right? So all the kids had negative, even the so-called black kids had negative to say about the so-called black doll. You see what I'm saying? So that's all psychological, okay? That's a psychological mind control that Esau has put upon you, all right? To hate yourself and to love him. See? This is Numbers 12 and verse, I'll start at verse 10. No, matter of fact, I'll start at verse, this is verse 6. This is Numbers 12 and verse 6. And he said, "Hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house." All right? So the Most High chose Moses to be a special individual. You see what I'm saying? "With him will I speak mouth to mouth, apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" So he was getting mad at Miriam and Aaron for speaking against Moses, right? Because he did what? Because he chose Moses. So Miriam and Aaron were talking shit. So the Most High was getting mad at them. He was getting angry at them. He brought them to the tabernacle and started to curse them out. See? And the anger of the Lord was kindled in them, was kindled against them, Salakia. And he departed. And the cloud departed from off. The cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, all right, white as snow. All right, so that's what leprosy is, to become pale. That's what leprosy is, to become that palish or that whitish reddish skin, right? Right? That's really leprosy, okay, according to the scriptures. And that was a curse that he just put upon Miriam. Let me read that again. It says, "And the cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow." All right, so to become pale is to become leprous. You see what I'm saying? To have that white reddish skin is leprosy, according to the Bible. All right, but our people are trying to actually do that to themselves, man. They think that that's the way. You see what I'm saying? Right? Going back to Psalm 73, man. They envy the wicked. You see? They look at the wicked and see where the wicked is living, and they want to live like that. So they want to look like the wicked. You see? They want to act like the wicked. You see? And it says, "And behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned." All right? "Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb." Man, so he said, please don't put this curse upon us. So they were begging to get Miriam back to her pigmented skin, man. All right? To her brown skin. You see what I'm saying? Because they knew that there was something wrong with that leprous skin that the Most High put on her. You see? But like I said, these Israelites nowadays, they're putting that curse upon themselves, man. All right? You have like Vibes Cartel and these weirdos, man. All right, bleaching their damn skin, man. You see, they have mental issues, man. And all these different women, these black women entertainers, they bleach their skin out, man. Okay, they like Beyonce and shit. They bleach their skin, man. You see, you look at the picture when they were younger, and you look at it now, it's a totally different tone, man. Okay. So what do they have? They have self-hatred, all right? And that was that same self-hatred that was taught by their enemy, all right? Esau, Edom taught you to hate yourself, man, all right? The Edomite, the devil taught you to hate yourself, man, and you did it, man, all right? You did what the devil's will, okay? Right? Because why? Because you're of the 2/3. But we were all there at one point. But if you're of the elect, you're not going to be in that mind state. Your mind is going to be cleansed from those lies, man. All right, and you're going to see the truth. Okay. But right now, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they can't perceive this truth. They're really spiritual Edomites, man. They're spiritually Cain, man. Okay. They don't have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? This is John 8:44, and it reads, Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. This is speaking of Israelites, man. Alright? Comparing them to the Romans, man, saying you are of your father the devil, man. Alright? They're just like the Romans. Okay? And the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. That's going back to Cain, man. All right, Cain was the first reported murderer. All right, and the first reported liar. Well, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? He committed murder and then he lied about it. So Yahweh Shai is comparing Israel to Cain, to Esau. All right. Well, not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. All right, so Esau, Edom is a liar by nature, and you Jakes, you Israelites, you're starting to copy his ways. You're starting to be like him, all right? Starting to be a wicked just like him, all right? Dishonorable just like him, you see? So that's it, man. That's the difference between us and you. Okay, we're not trying to go in the way of Cain. We're not trying to be like these Edomites. We're trying to be as far as away from, we're trying to be the furthest thing from these Edomites as possible, man. Okay? Avoid being like these Edomites as much as possible, because they are the wicked. All right? And the wicked, there's only one end to the wicked, and that is destruction. Okay? The Most High gave the earth into the hand of the wicked for a period of time. Okay? But that time is almost up. All right? That time is almost up. That time is almost finished. Okay? Let's get Job 9:24. This is Job 9:24, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Man. All right. So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. If not, where and who is he, man? All right. If the wicked is not Esau, Edom, then who is the wicked, man? All right. Salakia, this camera is about to die. Don't have any portable charger, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. And so with that, give all praises going out into the Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akaku Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Shalom to sincere saints.